Hello everyone, I am going to cast a game in how to beat a Protoss, because for a long time Protoss would just own me, and after talking to a Diamond player, he gave me some good advice on how to defeat Protoss, and I didn't take his advice for a while and I continued to lose. I thought maybe I was just making the wrong units. But eventually I wised up and listened to him, and the secret key to defeating Protoss is that you have to make ghosts and EMP them. You just have to. There's no way you'll win if you don't. You could have a bigger army and lose without ghosts, or you could have a smaller army and win with ghosts. I've had a bigger army with medvacs and Thors and tanks and still lost. And then I've had a little bio ball with ghosts and won. Smaller army than theirs, without stem, without medvacs, without Vikings. You'll see that. That's what I'm going to do in this game. I'm going to get a good looking bio ball that I feel good about, with enough ghosts that I feel good about, with enough upgrades that I feel good about. And I think in StarCraft, the aggressor will win, but you have to be wise in how you are being aggressive. You've got to be the one who's harassing. You've got to be the one who's engaging the enemy, because then you do things in your timetable. You have the battles right when your upgrades finish. That's the kind of thing that's going to cause you to win the game. So I'm going to put up 2 engineering bays just to speed up my upgrades, because again, I know I'm pretty much going bio ball. I'd like to get up to 2-2 before I attack, just because that's about the time my opponent will probably be getting Colossi, and I would like to be able to engage him before he gets too many Colossi. And I'm going to put Took Labs on all my barracks. Another thing you have to learn as a Terran player is that you really do need a lot of barracks. The Protoss player can warp in units pretty quickly. It's pretty easy for the TOS player to spend a lot of money and get a lot of units out quickly. It's kind of harder for you as a Terran player to get a lot of units out quickly, unless you have a ton of barracks. So here he does a little harassment with phoenixes. I was starting to put up some turrets, but I didn't put one in the back, probably the most important place for one. So now you're going to see me stick one up there. Fortunately, I had enough Marines to come over and rescue the SCVs. Those phoenixes didn't do a whole lot of damage. You can see he's choosing to go Void Ray a little bit. But did you know ghosts can EMP air units as well, and ghosts can shoot at air units as well? And did you know that ghosts do just as much damage as marauders to ground or air units? So here's my first ghost. You can see air and ground, 1122. Actually, it's a little bit different. The ghost will do the heavier damage to the light units. The marauder will do the heavier damage to the armored units. So that's an interesting difference. Maybe it's just another reason why though you want ghosts, because ghosts will just pawn zealots. Those zealots are annoying. Well, and also sentries will get taken down with just 2 shots by the ghost if they EMP them first. So anyway, if we look at the army value, this Protoss player is a bigger army value and will for the entire game. But in terms of his upgrades, you know, he's getting his upgrades on his own timetable. And if I can attack him right when mine are finishing upgrading, then I might have the upgrade advantage. Right now, in fact, I do have the advantage. It's 1-1 versus 0-0. Building a planetary fortress here. These things can take out an entire Protoss army if you repair, but you have to repair. I also just learned that if you click on your SCVs and you want to click on all of them, if you right click on repair, then it will auto repair like it does in the campaign. Always wondered why the SCVs would do that in the campaign, but wouldn't do that in the quick match. But it's because you've got to select it by right-clicking the repair icon down here. It doesn't really show you that, and we'll say auto cast. Interesting, huh? Well, again, the TOS players 1,000 ahead in mineral, 1,000 ahead in gas. I'm getting my 2-2 upgrades. He's just finishing up his just one upgrade, looks like. And as soon as this finishes up, I'm going to go attack and expand at the same time. Yes, my good furnace pointed out Marauders can stem and Ghosts can't. That's a good point. Good point. I did get the starting energy for the Ghost. Right now I've got 5 Ghosts. That's a good amount. 5 EMPs. That, you want to save a couple EMPs for the reinforcements, because you know he's going to warp in. He only has, okay, he's got, let's see, is this 5 or 6? 6 warp gates, 2 robo bays. He's trying to do a little more harassment. I thought he had seen that one before. Guess that was a bad idea. I believe my upgrades are done, and it's now or never for me. This isn't an all-in. I can always pull back, but if it's looking good, I don't know what he's got that can take this out unless he has a bunch of Colossus, and he's just now getting his robotics bay. A lot of Protoss players will get that sooner, but he did get some. Just one upgrade. I've got 2 upgrades, and his army is so much bigger than mine in terms of value. But I've got some more upgrades. Maybe I do have some more ground forces. Some of his phoenixes are not going to be that helpful in an engagement where there's a lot going on. I don't think he utilized his phoenixes very well in this battle, though. He's getting going on his 3rd base, but he loses the war that is about to occur. EMPs go down, and look at that nice EMP damage. I got almost every single one of his units with it, and the force fields just don't matter. He really should have taken his phoenixes and tried to kill some of my units, but I EMP'd his phoenixes. They became exceedingly fragile, and still have some EMPs left over for the reinforcements. So you want to EMP as soon as you can. Don't delay at all, but you want to put it down at a good location, but EMP immediately, because otherwise your army will be shooting the shields, and the shields will be gone with the EMP being released. The Colossus looked really frail. I don't know how that went down so fast. Let's see if I EMP'd that Colossus, because I'm not sure. But well, and he decides to GG and leave the game at this point. Hope you enjoyed it. That's how you beat Protoss.